What's up everyone, and welcome to Beer Pressure. Today I've got some canned goodness for you guys as I take a trip down the tropical side of things. And by the end, I'll help figure out which of these brewers' grapefruit IPAs does it best. Let's get to the beers. Alright guys, so today I'm going to be taking a look at Firestone Walker's Crafted Thru Hops variety pack. This 12 pack consists of 4 beers with 1 exclusive flavor to this release. Firestone Walker, looking it up right here, they got a lot more of the fruit flavors in their beers, so I'm excited to jump in. They got some white peach, dragon fruit, even blueberry is out there, okay? For this pack specifically, it primarily focuses on the citrus, again with the grapefruit, the orange, some of those beer flavors you'd expect. With an IPA overload, let's jump right in. Alright guys, first up we got the Mayan Haze IPA, and if the name doesn't give it away, just take a look at this bad boy. I don't know how well you can tell on camera, but that's definitely cloudy, and I can barely see through it at all, so you know it's a hazy. Hazy IPAs are typically filtered less, so you get a lot more of kind of the creamy looking haze that they call it, and that's why they're called hazies obviously. So they're typically less carbonated, and they kind of go down smoother. Even from this far away, I'm getting a lot of that orange smell. And yeah, definitely getting like the orange peel, a lot of citrus, but I think primarily orange juice. That's kind of fun. Hold on. So I don't know if any of you out there have ever had like vitamin C drinks, like the powder you mix in water and then you drink it and there's your vitamin C for the day. Or like even imagine like watered down orange juice. I'm getting a lot of that kind of flavor from this, which is kind of weird. It's a good beer, and obviously it tastes like beer, but it reminds me a lot of that orange juice. It's super easy on the mouth with it being a hazy. Again, you're not getting a lot of carbonation going on, so you get a lot of that kind of creaminess, and it's super easy to go down. It's a 6.5 alcohol per volume, which if I got this off the tap, I would never expect that. Because typically as beers get higher up in alcohol, obviously they're going to get more bitter. But not with this. 6.5 isn't the craziest amount of alcohol, but it's more than your average kind of drink you'd have on just like a weekday afternoon, right? I do enjoy it a lot. And yeah, it's just, I can't get that orange juice out of my head. But yeah, highly recommend. With this being the first of the video, that's a good start for sure. Let's see what's next. Alright, next up is for all you low-cal drinkers. We have Firestone Walker's Flyjack. And if you can read the can there, probably not, it's only got 96 calories, so it is their low-cal option. Maybe it's similar to Mayan Haze, I'm not sure. It is a hazy, you probably can't tell the difference, but it's a little bit lighter, barely, but it's a little bit lighter in color. Definitely more translucent than the previous hazy. Typically if you're going to get a hazy IPA or really any like craft IPA, they tend to be on a heavier side. So this is Firestone Walker's kind of retaliation to that. Give it a smell. Interesting. So now that you've enjoyed me sniffing beers, let's give it a taste. Wow, okay, surprising. So as far as smells, the Flyjack I'm getting a lot more of the citrus smell up my nose compared to the Mayan Haze. As far as taste, it's kind of flip-flopped. So with the lighter option, it's a little more muted. I'm still getting that orange juice, which I know isn't like the technical term, but that's what it's reminding me of, guys. It's reminding me of orange juice. Maybe if you like had a beer and you poured a little OJ into it and mixed it up, it's pretty good though. I'm wondering if that's because it still is a hazy, and they're both hazies, and it's still got that creamy kind of mouthfeel, and I'm wondering if that's what's doing it for me, why I'm kind of leaning towards the OJ. It's a lot crisper, and they're both easy to drink, but this is probably kind of the go-to, you could say, if you want to just kind of get a beer down fast. Still very good. It comes in at 4% alcohol per volume, so a lot lighter. Similar taste. It is kind of just your more easy to go to option, I guess you could say. Surprisingly, I haven't seen a lot of hazy IPAs out there before, but it's good. And so next up, guys, we have two beers that claim to be brewed with grapefruit and citrus, and I'm going to kind of put them head to head and see which one I prefer. Let's check it out. Alright guys, first up in the grapefruit versus grapefruit beer challenge, we have Citra. Boom. So Citra is part of the limited release of the Propagator series, and I looked up a little bit about what this series was. They're a series of beers that are brewed in a separate brew house from the original brew house in Paso Robles, California. The Propagator series has 4 different select beers that are out for a limited time, only available through the Crafted Thru Hops pack. So I'm not sure if it's location, time of year, whatever it may be. You'll get one of these 4 exclusive beers in whatever pack you pick up. So I got Citra, so I'm expecting a lot of grapefruit, and I'm expecting a lot of citrus. Now for me, I don't really know what grapefruit really tastes like, so maybe I'm not the best judge of which one does it better. But I'll tell you what, it doesn't smell like orange juice, so there's a start. Okay, whew. Yeah, wow, okay, so right off the bat, this is still a hazy. You can kind of tell, it's a little cloudy. It's pretty cloudy. So you're still kind of getting the creaminess. This beer though, separately, it's got more of a punch to it of the flavors. Maybe that's because grapefruit is more pungent than orange juice. I don't know. But either way, it's good. Very citrusy, but somewhat still refreshing. So it's still easy to enjoy. It's not overpowering with the citrus. Yeah, like I said, it's exclusive to this pack, coming in at 5.6 alcohol per volume. I enjoyed it a lot, and limited release, man, I gotta find the rest of them. So maybe I'll keep my eyes out, I'll figure out what I can about the rest of them, and see what other flavors they got out there. Like I said, Firestone Walker does a lot of the more exotic flavors. This is a good beer, you know, good smell test, good taste test. Let's see what the next one has. Fresh off the last grapefruit beer, let's jump into the next one. We got Union Jack from Firestone Walker. So this beer is available all year round. It's not exclusive to this pack, and it's also not exclusive to this time of year. I will say this before we get into it. This beer comes in at a 7% alcohol per volume, so I'm expecting more of the beer flavors, probably more bitterness too, and with it not being a hazy, it's not going to be as creamy or smooth on the mouthfeel. As far as scents go, again, I'm not getting a lot of like the citrusy kind of scent you'd expect. It's more of the beer, the hoppiness is what I'd imagine from it. So let's give it a taste and let's compare. Okay. Wow, man, they put a lot of flavor into their beers, that's for sure. If we're gonna base it just off of, you know, grapefruit flavor, I gotta give it to this one over here. But this is a really good beer. Again, it's heavier. With the 7%, it's heavier, but it's enjoyable as an IPA itself. I'm getting a lot of the pine notes from it. And so far I've been smelling, I've been tasting, but this, I mean, Firestone quotes this as being their loudest IPA, so let's quiet down, let's give it a hear. I don't hear much, honestly. Just kidding, guys. Obviously, it's not going to make sounds. I think the loudness they're referring to is the flavor, and it really is explosive with the flavor. And that's what I like about a lot of West Coast IPAs. I love hazies. Obviously, I already said that, you know, but with, you know, you take the haziness, the creaminess out of it, you can get a lot more of kind of the flavor forward. Like, my tongue is still a little tingly. This is a good beer, but you can definitely taste that it's stronger. Man, it's good. With it being year-round, definitely a go-to beer. So that wraps it up, guys. These were great, though. Well, that's going to wrap up another beer pressure taste test. I had a great time enjoying all these beers. I'm going to try to get through with this outro without burping because I'm pretty full right now. But in reality, I think Firestone Walker does a great job balancing citrus to beer ratio. I'd be really excited to try some of their other flavors. You know, blueberry beer, that sounds kind of good. Dragon fruit, white peach, whatever it may be. I want to get into those. Definitely check out Firestone Walker if you can. I'd be excited to kind of get a little bit of mindset on the other Propagator series. So I'm going to keep my eyes out because honestly, if I could pick one to go through till the end, it'd be this one right here. Oh, man. I don't know if it's just because it's limited edition and I know I'm not going to be able to taste it forever, but the explosiveness of not just that beer, but all of them really does it for me. Like honestly, my mouth is still kind of tingling from the amount of flavors that I've had today. So I had a great time, honestly. And until next time, enjoy responsibly.